What's the most powerful client acquisition strategy? It's not ads, it's not content, it's what you give away for free. I'm going to show you how to craft lead magnets so valuable they make strangers trust you, and so strategic they turn them into clients without even a sales call. I'm going to walk you through the exact process that I use to create lead magnets that will attract a cold audience, nurture them, give them value, and eventually get them as clients. You can create these in a few hours and they'll last you for an entire year or longer. So in total, we're going to create 8 lead magnets, and I'll tell you exactly why we want 8 of them. But first, I want to cover every single rule that each of these lead magnets need to follow. The first one is it must be a complete solution. No partial solutions of like, hey, do A, B, and C, but to do D, you need to pay me to be able to complete it. It has to be something that they can completely do themselves without any initial training, without any initial paying you for something, or without getting on like a call with you or something like that. It needs to be a complete solution that once they have this guide, it gives them everything that they need. The second thing is it must be unique and have character. Especially nowadays with, ChatGPT and AI and all these different things, you can basically just create a bunch of lead magnets on ChatGPT and then just push them out to the public for them to use. But people realize this, right? Because it's the same stuff that everyone's pushing out. So it has to be unique and have some kind of character in it. It has to be something that you know about this person, maybe something that's in their personal branding. Like me, I like steak, for example. Maybe it has to have something to do with that inside of it. It has to have some kind of character that makes you believe and makes you see that this person actually wrote it and it's unique to this person, and it's not just something that they're recycling that they found from someone else or something that they just wrote with AI. All right, so for the third rule, it must provide value that someone can implement within 24 hours. So ask yourself this question: what can I give my leads that they can do themselves and that will give them results within 24 hours? What's the most valuable thing that I can give them if I'm teaching them trading, if I'm teaching them how to get clients? What's the most valuable thing that I can give that person that will get them those results within 24 hours? Now, the reason it needs to be 24 hours is because since it's free, they don't value what you've given them, right? It's because they can download it. It didn't cost them anything. It's only going to cost them the time that it takes for them to download it from the internet and get it onto their computer. So it needs to be something that they can implement and then get results from very, very quickly. If it's something that, hey, takes 3, 6, 12 months for them to see the results, they're not going to do anything with it and they're going to give up. So it needs to be something that they can implement immediately, that they can learn quickly, and that gets them those results very, very quickly. So when you're going through your ideas for lead magnets, just remember, they have to be result-driving things where they can get those results within 24 hours and where it doesn't take them very long to learn or implement it. Now, the fourth thing is that you want to add affiliate links to it, to any kind of relevant tools or softwares that you're using. So for example, if you're doing drop shipping, include like an affiliate link for Shopify, so that at least it's not an entirely complete loss, but also you're giving them the tools to be able to implement what you're actually teaching them. But then you can make some money off of it. So if you're running ads to it or whatever, we'll cover that later, then at least you're making some kind of money off of it. Rule number 5 is name it like a premium product. Example, the Dominus Vault number 1. Something where it shows that it has value, not like something that you just threw together and are just giving to them. Like, oh, my template for this. Like, make sure that it has some kind of well thought of title that makes it seem premium, that makes it seem like something that they could buy from you as well, that has enough value to actually be purchased for, $47 or $100. And then the last rule is visually brand the magnet. Make sure it has clean cover image, make sure it's polished, or some kind of Notion dashboard with your branding on it. Make sure it's done professionally, not just something thrown together in a Google Doc with a bunch of text on it. Make it seem like you've put some effort into it. Go out, pay a designer, make them put it into a PDF, It's not that hard to do, but that little extra step already makes you look more professional, makes it seem like you put a lot of effort into it, and then will help them to remember who exactly made that in the long run. Now, some examples of these types of lead magnets would be like 50 newsletter templates to grow your list, right? And then they can grab these newsletter templates, send them to their list immediately, and then see how it can grow their list within 24 hours. And then they have 50 of them, so they can do it for multiple weeks. The second example is a complete guide to trade crypto 1 hour a day after work for 30 days. Now, hey, maybe they won't get the results within the 24 hours, but it shows them that they only really have to spend an hour a day for 30 days, and then they'd have a complete guide on how to trade crypto. The third thing is an SEO optimization checklist for their Shopify store in 2025. Everything that they need to do to go into their Shopify to optimize their brand, to optimize their whatever they're selling as quickly as possible to be able to have that list for 2025. All of these things are great examples of things that you could easily sell that are valuable and things that will bring them results very, very quickly. Now, how do we distribute these lead magnets? Now that we've created them, this is the most important part. Creating is the easy part. We can all go out and we can create these lead magnets. But how do we actually distribute these lead magnets? The first option is we can run ads to them. So we can run ads to an opt-in form with a clear value exchange. Now, you can get these leads for very, very cheap, obviously, because you're doing something for free. It's not costing them, so you can get a lot of downloads through ads for very, very cheap, even for less than $10 a lead, very easily. Oftentimes, you can even get them for cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, depending on how valuable what you're offering to your audience is. And so this is a great way to distribute them to the masses and get a very, very cold audience that has no idea who you are. The second thing we can do is we can cycle each lead magnet across your social media channels every 2 months. Now, this is why we're creating 8 of them, because it allows us to send a new one every single week for 2 months. And then by the time you finish those 2 months, you can start over with the first one and people won't remember it. And plus you're looking for a cold audience anyways, so you'll be able to attract even more new users and recycle that same content over and over again. You can do this through like Instagram giveaways and set up a mini chat so that people have to say a certain thing, and then you send it to them in their DMs, and then obviously you have a conversation with them. You can nurture them in there. The second thing is you can do the Twitter giveaways and the Twitter opt-in threads where you send it out to everyone that follows and comments and whatever. That's one way to do it as well if you're looking to grow your Twitter. And then with LinkedIn, you can do a very similar thing where you could do limited time drops or opt-in giveaways, or make people give them your information, be able to send it to them, or just make them comment to do some farming engagement and then send it over to their DMs. The third thing that you can do with these lead magnets is you can turn them into long-form YouTube content, right? So with this, everything that you've created, it's basically a YouTube script. You just have to make it conversational, and then you can post that on your social media. You can even have an opt-in CTA where then you have them comment below and then you can send it over to them, or you have a link in the description of your video where they can click on that, enter their information, and then get the entire lead magnet. And maybe in the YouTube video, you just cover a portion of it. And then the last thing that you can do is you can partner with people that have email lists or that have big audiences and promote your lead magnets with them and partner up with them. Obviously, since it's something free, it's something that's beneficial to their audience, and then it's beneficial to you because you're able to share audiences with them. Now that I have all these emails, now that I have all these lead magnets created, what do I do with all these emails that I've collected? Well, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put them into a welcome nurture sequence. And this is going to be around 4 to 6 emails that you're going to basically indoctrinize them into who you are, and put them into your newsletter. If you don't have a newsletter, it's a great time to create one because it's bringing fresh emails and fresh eyes to that. So it's a great opportunity to do that. So you're going to deliver the lead magnet, obviously, to all of these people via email, and then you're also going to introduce your philosophy, whatever it might be. then you're gonna offer immediate value, a quick win, right? So you've already given them that lead magnet, and then you're continuing to provide them value because you're nurturing them inside of here to show them that you're at the best at what you do. Then you're also going to share relevant testimonials of like, even if it's things about the lead magnet, even if it's things about some of the value that you're providing of like, hey, Joe used this lead magnet and he made X amount of dollars. Karen used this and she lost 20 pounds in 30 days, different things like that, so that there's social proof behind what you're actually giving people for free. Even though it's free, you can still use social proof to add value to it and to show people that it's worth going through. And then the last thing that you can do is you can pre-frame your core offer in there. So you can talk about what your actual paid offer is. If you have a low ticket community, if you have a low ticket offer that's less than $100, you can push it directly to all that traffic after they've gone through those 4 to 6 emails. If you want to get them on a booked call, you can add calls to action on the 5th and 6th email to try and get them on a booked call. Or if you're looking to avoid sales calls altogether, once they've gone through that nurture sequence, they should be willing to buy whatever it is that you have to sell pretty much right away. So you'll be able to push the exact offer through those emails. Now, the second thing that we're going to do with those emails is problem agitation, or what I also like to call value add-on sequence. What this shows is what happens if they don't implement the solution. So you're going to introduce the contrast and the stakes. This will basically tell you like, hey, this is what my audience is getting once they're actually implementing these things. And if you don't, you could lose out on X, Y, and Z. And you're gonna do this inside your emails as well. And this is gonna continue to nurture them and to continue to indoctrinize them on your philosophies and what you have to do to be able to get those. So the third thing that we can do with this list is we can run ads to the list, right? Because we've already run ads to get these emails. We've already got them through organic social media, so some of them could have been free, but we're able to then retarget these with our core offer, where then we can add these leads to Meta's custom audience, and then we can run warm ads with proof and call to action to actually get them on a call or to get them to purchase what we've already shown them is our doctrine and what we're actually helping people do. The second thing that we can do with this in ads is we can also create a lookalike audience from this email list, and then that'll attract more cold traffic of people that we know align with the type of people that we're looking for because we've already created a whole list of them. The fourth thing that we can do with this list is we can reach out to them manually ourselves, or we can hire an appointment setter, commission only, to actually get these people on book calls, or to push them into a low ticket offer, or to push them directly into our offer, just for those high quality leads. You'll be able to tell through the responses, through their emails, through their names, different things like that. And you'll be able to see how responsive they are to your emails that you've already been sending out to them. And the fifth thing, and this is an optional one, but it's something that I recommend doing, is adding a tripwire upsell. You can do this post opt-in where it's something that's $27, $47, something like that. Something that complements the free lead magnet with editable dashboards, templates, swipe files, etc. Something that adds more value to the free thing that you've already given them. Maybe they've already implemented that and they saw that it was incredibly valuable and they can just buy this add-on for 27 bucks. And then also that helps, cover ad spend, but then it also qualifies these buyers as people that are willing to spend money on you, right? You could even make this $1 so that it really doesn't cost them anything, but the fact that they've already pulled their credit card out, that they've already given you money, makes it a lot easier for them to do that the next time. And as a bonus, from all of this, you can collect testimonials from people using your magnet, and you can reuse this for proof in future ads and for landing pages. You can also collect names of maybe some important people or people that have good personal brands or businesses that are huge that maybe use your lead magnets, or you saw that downloaded your lead magnets, and you can consider them clients because they've consumed what you're selling, and you can use those as people that you've worked with. Also, inside the lead magnet, you can include some completion CTA. Something like, if you want help implementing this, apply for a custom audit, where maybe they see that it's a lot of work and they don't necessarily have the time to it because they're a busy business owner. So then it gives you the opportunity to push it like, hey, I can also do this for you if you don't have the time. They'll have seen the value because they'll have read your lead magnet, and then they know that you know what you're talking about, and they'll be more willing to allow you to do it for them. Now, the big goal with all of this is to build real equity in your brand. Each lead magnet should attract new cold audiences, nurture them into trusting you, and move them towards your offer without any desperation. So instead of begging for clients and begging for leads, pushing everyone to a VSL, pushing everyone to a landing page and getting them on a sales call, you're actually nurturing them through these free lead magnets without having to create 30 reels a month, only creating these 8 lead magnets, using them every 2 months on a cycle and pushing them through ads so that it doesn't require your own time, but you're able to bring these people in and nurture them and then sell them your product. And by the time they get on a call with you, by the time they've seen your offer, they're already sold. You don't need to beg them to have your offer. It's super easy to do. It'll only take you a few hours to complete. You can outsource it to different people that actually make these for you, add your character, add your branding to it, and then start distributing. And it works on autopilot continuously. So I promise, if you do this, this will help substantially with your entire marketing process, and you will see a boost in your sales.